Alright, so for our warm-ups, we had a couple different things.
You got a mic now?
Yeah, it's I'm actually using my cell phone as a microphone.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, what did I do?
That's why it's out on the corner right there.
We need a microphone for it.
Because I'm recording this and I'm gonna put it on Google Classroom so you can watch these if you need it.
Wait, so
Do
you
you have
can
to be
hear
quiet
everything we
and
talk about?
Shit to it.
Alright, so let's get started on this first one. Caleb, help me out. What do I do when I'm multiplying things together like this?
7 plus. It says dividing.
7 plus negative 3.
That's the list we're doing here. Alright, so when I am multiplying, there's no parentheses. My kind of shortcut thing is I just add my exponents together.
It's 4.
To get x to the 7 plus negative 3, did you say 5?
I said 4.
Oh, I said 5. Like, try again. Alright, so this is really x to the 7 plus negative 3, which is really x to the 4.
You have to put the 7
x
plus
to the
negative
4
3.
like that.
You could just put 4.
Alright,
Yeah.
let's keep going. Let's look at this second one. Lucas, what do
Ah,
I do to get rid of that
you
negative
just
exponent?
list it for 7 minus 3. Huh?
What do I do to get rid of this negative exponent, Lucas?
You put it on the bottom.
Yep, we flip the side it's on. So this 3 is going to stay on top because it doesn't have the negative
3
exponent.
over, what's it called?
But the x
X
squared
over 2.
is going to flip to the bottom.
Yes.
And the negative goes away. That's how we get rid of the negative exponent.
I didn't get
The last one I typed into into Socrative wrong.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I
I'm
was
saying.
Yeah, this one I said in Socrative I said it was 9x6. That was incorrect. That's not the right answer. Yeah. So on this, when I have parentheses, what do I do with my exponents? Remember, Deborah?
What?
What do I do with my exponents? When I have parentheses right here.
Oh, you timed it.
We times them together, right? So I got a times there and there. I got a times everything. So I'm going to have 2 to the 1 times 2. I'm going to have x to the 3 times 2. And then I just need to go through and simplify it. 2 to the 1 times 2 is 2 to the 2.
And then you just put 22.
No, because we're going to go through and actually do 2 squared. And then I have x to the 3 times 2 is 6. And there's one last thing. What is 2 squared really? 4.
So I was right,
4x to the 6. This was the correct answer. I typed it into Socrative wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
That
typed
told
it
me
in
I
wrong.
was wrong.
I messed up, but I thought there was a 3 inside there instead of a 2.
Dude, I think I might have put something like totally relevant to that, but that's okay.
So don't worry about the last one. If it said you were wrong, as long as you had 4x to the 6, you're fine. And remember, we typed these in kind of weird because it's hard to type exponents in Socrative. So when you type this in, it would have looked like 4x, 6, like that.
That's pretty complicated.
It is. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to be dividing exponents today. It's actually pretty simple. I think you guys will do fine. Caleb, put your game away. Nerd. So help me out, I'll make you lose. Alright, so we are going to be dividing exponents today. So I have x to the 5 over x to the 2. And it's pretty easy. When you divide exponents, what you're going to do, what do we do when we multiply them?
Add.
We add them, right? So what do you think we're going to do when we divide? We're going to subtract
Wow.
the bottom exponent from the top. And then we're going to make sure there are no negatives.
What does that say up there?
Subtract. So I have x to the 5 over x squared. That is really going to be x to the 5 minus 2. When we have a
be
big
x to the
division
third?
sign, we subtract our exponents.
Yes,
We're going to subtract
Shut
them,
up,
which is really x to the 3.
You can get it. You can get it free with
You felt that?
uh,
No, but I saw the action of throwing.
but
That was
I get
nerds
that
for me.
from there.
Alright.
I get mine.
So, x to the 5 over x to the 2 is really x to the 3. We do have 5 minus 2.
Huh?
So let's look at this next one right here. Hey, hush! We're doing our lesson.
You shush.
Shut the heart.
Alright, I have x squared over x to the 4. Same thing like before. I'm going to go x to the... And when you subtract, make sure you always
X
start with the
negative 2?
top number. So x to the 2 minus 4.
Nope, negative 4. Or
Which
negative
is
2.
really not negative 4.
Negative 2.
But when I do this, I don't want any negatives. So
So
I'm
put on
going
the
to have to
bottom?
flip it back
1 over
around.
x
I'm going to go
two.
x to the
1
over
over x.
1 over
2.
x squared. Excuse me.
Squared.
Put that x down on the bottom.
Bless you.
Oh, bless you.
Alright, let's look at this next one. I have x to the 7 over x. What's my exponent on this bottom one down
1.
there? That's a 1.
Wow.
If there's no exponent, it's
I
automatically a
feel like I
1.
held that real loud.
So I have x to the 7 minus 1
X to the 6.
which is really x to the 6.
Shit.
And then on this last one, it's, I don't even know why I put this one on here. I'm going to have
Kick
x
my
to the
ass.
6 minus 0, which doesn't actually change anything. I don't know why I put that one on. That was too easy.
Good question.
Said this math kicked my
So
ass.
easy.
Farm at your son.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
2 plus 2 is 4.
Of course not.
Minus
Well,
1.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
put that down. See, you.
Alright,
Ah.
Shit.
so just a real quick thing to see why this works. You know how when we flip a negative exponent, it changes into a positive? We could actually go backwards. If I were to have x to the 5 over x squared, and I put this x squared up top, it changes into a negative 2.
Never mind.
And then I'd add them together, but if I'm plussing a negative, I'm really minusing. So it's basically the same thing like before, but instead of flipping, we're just going to do the...
Is that math up right there?
What?
Nothing.
Is that what, man?
Is that math?
Sure.
I thought you said that.
Anyway.
Oh.
Alright, so let's get into some in-class problems.
What?
We're going to get into some in-class problems. So, just anywhere you got space on your paper,
Damn.
answer, I want you to simplify this.
X to 18.
Are we still?
I want you to simplify this and give me a single answer. So we're going to do 2, maybe 3 of these. So on your own paper, simplify it real quick, and then you guys are going to help me out. Just someplace you guys empty space is all.
Hey, that rhymed.
It's 18.
Someplace you got an empty space.
You guys are nerds.
Who?
Answer out
Get
loud.
down and grab it open your face.
Who? Marcus. Who?
What?
That's his name. Funny.
Snipers.
I know.
Alright, Lucas, what'd you
Just
get?
fine.
What'd you get?
Call me.
Tell them the good part first.
20. It's 18.
Yep, we get x to the 18. This is x to the 24. Oh, 24
Why do you write that?
minus
Just put
6
18.
is x to the 18.
Yeah, how come you always do that actually? Because
Because I want to make sure I put up all steps up there to make sure, in case somebody's confused when they're not saying
And
it,
he's recording
all the
it now.
steps are there.
Because this is so confusing.
For real,
So
dog.
confusing.
Alright, let's do another one.
freaking
Other one?
Shut up.
Yeah,
Another
shut up.
one.
Nice. You guys got your next in-class problem.
Another one.
Take
Alright, next one. A little tougher.
46, 36,
so hard.
28.
Little tougher.
Is it 28?
No.
Ah!
Yeah, it
Just
is.
guessing.
He's lying. He's lying. This is so hard.
Dude, I did that in my head.
Wow, good for you.
You think you're going to remember this in like 30 years?
Probably
No,
not.
it's a lie. You're going to learn this real good.
Yeah, dude, we won't need it in 30 years. Oh, yeah, true. Unless my teachers. Unless we're pulling around your job. Ain't nobody want that.
At least one of us.
Oh, yeah. One of you guys is
Alright.
a teacher.
So let's see. So Victoria, what'd you get for this one?
Lily already said she's going to be a teacher.
No, I'm not.
Hush. Hey, hush.
Yes, she is.
What'd you get for this one? Victoria?
X. 20 to the 20.
20 what? 28. Yeah. X to the 28.
Some teacher probably would
Just gotta subtract them. These ones were nice. We didn't have any negatives, but they might be there. Tyler.
Wait, what?
Whatever that is.
It's forums, alright, Koki.
Alright, so we're gonna get into a little bit tougher ones now.
Oh,
They're not gonna be super tough though.
show me with my life.
They're basically the same thing.
Oh, shit, that's 12.
Basically, but it's not.
Yeah, since always, Tyler.
Tyler, I said it like 5 times. They're 2 pieces of paper.
If you weren't talking, you would have heard.
Alright, so I have a little bit bigger fraction now. I have 10 a to the 3rd, b to the 5th. The whole thing is divided by 2a squared b squared.
28 to the 6.
So when I do these, it's just like when I multiply, except I'm gonna match up the same thing.
I can use in my head.
Caleb,
So
why'd
I'm
you throw
gonna
that
have
yonder?
a fraction bar here, and hey,
So you
while we're
subtract,
talking, shush.
subtract from the same variable.
We don't use the socks.
Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna match up the same variables like before.
A to the
So
1,
I'm gonna match up A
B
and
to
A.
the 3, to the 3rd.
No,
So you
shush, let me say it.
20 to the 8
He likes
to the 1. 5 to the 2.
Fun. Alright.
He loves
Okay,
it.
For what
take,
reason?
seriously, shush. Let's get through this, then you guys can talk. I know it's easy, but still shush. So we'll get through this pretty quick.
Shut
Okay.
your mouth.
I have a to the 3 over a squared. I'm gonna match those up to get a to the 3 minus 2. I'm gonna match up my b's. Lucas, stop throwing stuff. I'm gonna match up the b's here. I get b to the 5 minus 2. And you see how we have these numbers out in front? We gotta match those up too. I have 10 over 2.
20.
12.
So you
No,
minus
it's not 20.
or
100.
or
No.
8.
We have to reduce 10 over 2.
Just kidding.
So
So-
It is a
Five,
fraction we have
five,
to reduce.
5.
This one is
Oh,
gonna
no.
reduce down to just 5. That
Oh, I was
kinda
like the
Wait,
first
I
time.
just asked you if you subtract 10 and 2, you said yes.
Oh, I didn't hear you say subtract. That was my bad.
That's
I
the one
got
you were
one
right.
lucky.
That was my bad.
You subtracted
Me and
one.
Caleb
So
were
we
right.
divide or
Oh.
we reduce because I might have it flipped around. I could have 2 on top, 10 on the bottom.
Where did it come from?
Alright, and then I just have to go through and do this last little bit. That 5 is just going to stay there. It's not going to change anymore. I'm going to have a to the 3 minus 2 is a to the 1. We don't actually need to write the 1 exponent, but it doesn't matter if you do or not. And then I have b to the 5 minus 2 is b to the 3.
You better tell us if we should or not because
It doesn't matter. If you want to do it, if you don't
on
want
the
to,
test I
don't do
better
it.
not see no minus half because I didn't put no 1.
Alright, I'll remember that.
Write down, take a picture, all of the above.
Alright, and this is actually about as hard as it's going to get. We're just going to practice them. Oh no, wait, we don't have one more
Let
thing.
me guess, is the homework online?
I was wrong, we have one more thing.
It's not online, is it?
What?
It's not online, is it?
Not yet, but it will be.
Oh my.
Alright, so let's do one more, then you guys are going to do a couple. So I have k to the... Let me make this a little bit bigger so I can actually
Is
do
that
I
it.
can't see that, Mr. Wood.
Oh my
negative.
gosh. There we go.
Wait, the last one did the extra.
Just uncover those.
And let me cover up by changing this around so we're not doing all the problems. Alright, we're going to do part C. So I have k to the 6, j2, over k, j5. So in part C here, just like before, I'm going to match up my k's. And I have k to the 6. And then I'm going to subtract 1 from it because there's a 1 in that k right there.
Is there?
That's terrible. That's a 1, I
Oh my
swear.
god.
And then I'm going to have j to the, I have 2 on top, minus, I get 5 on the bottom. So I'm going to go through, and that is going to be k to the 5, j to the negative 3, but I'm not done yet because
You put K5 over
I don't
J to
even
the
know
third.
because I have j to the negative 3,
How's
which
that
means
from
my
here?
negative is going to go down to the bottom. K to the 5 is going to stay on top. So my k to the 5 is going to stay on top because it
messed up
does
the
not
D
have a
and D.
negative. But my j is going to go down to the bottom.
Why do you hit me, Lucas?
Nice, you guys. I'm so
Because it's
Monday.
Monday.
It's Monday.
today.
It's because I'm
Annoying.
here.
What? Only you guys are good
Yeah, if Ira wasn't here, he don't get out.
Hey, don't depend on me.
No.
I did nothing.
These guys are
You're
good
the
to
one
each other.
yesterday. Hey, you punk.
Alright, so you guys are going to do part D as your next in-class problem. And I'll write it a little bigger so it's easier to see.
Only Grandpa.
Someone's gonna have a bad
Oh, that was on.
It is.
Oh,
Alright, I want you to do the next in-class problem. This part D here, I just wrote it bigger to make it easier to see because they're pretty small.
Did the excess cross it out because of the orange board? Or?
Wait, hey, you with the beard.
That's
So-
me, yeah.
So you like negative 3 and you minus 5, that makes negative 8.
That's true.
Okay.
I knew that.
You got this, Vicky? You need help?
No, I got it.
Alright, so you should be doing this on your own paper right now. Then check your answer with your partner or somebody sitting by you. And then we're gonna have somebody do this on the board for us.
God, they want everything.
I'm gonna pick somebody random.
Was 5 cube?
Nope, isn't bad.
Square.
125. Cube.
Oh.
What? Oh, cube.
Why are you cubing 125?
Yeah.
Getting ahead, Tyler.
What?
Hey,
I forgot.
Yeah, it's 125.
So is that
We're
gonna be
actually-
negative?
It's
You're
3,
right.
4, 5.
Hey, bro.
It doesn't work.
Oh, you said
This-
y4
No,
broken.
D.
It's broken.
Oh, my bad.
Alright,
Mr. Goki.
I said 30 seconds and somebody's doing it on the board for us.
I said B the first time. No, B.
Yeah.
I said B the first
Just
time.
think about it.
like 2 minus 5.
I said B the first
Got it,
time.
Lily.
No, leave her alone, no.
You guys are so obnoxious, just your
Hey.
Yeah, keep your pen.
Alright, let's go over it. Jake, what'd you get for your final answer?
I did the first exit ticket.
Wow.
I don't quit talking ish while you're playing games, dog.
I really thought
This
so.
guy's talking S and he's playing. Oh my
Put it
god.
away.
No.
Yeah.
Alright, so when we go through these, we gotta watch out because I have A, what's negative 3 minus 5?
-8.
Negative 8.
That's what I said.
Yep. And then I have B, that's 7 minus 2 is 5. But I'm not quite done because I gotta get rid of this negative. So my B to the 5 is gonna stay on top.
Minus 8.
A to the 8 is gonna move bottom.
I forgot. I keep forgetting it's
15 times.
Alright, we're gonna do one more like this. I'll write it a little bit bigger. We're gonna do part E here.
You messed up everything.
Exactly how I want it.
Yeah, exactly. To the side.
Watch them do it.
Perfect.
Alright, so we're gonna do part E up here.
Wait,
Which, actually, you know what? I'm gonna make this a little easier to see. Hang
I
on.
feel like Mexico want to do that.
What?
Put like this down low. I think I'll look back.
There you go. Now we can see it. Alright, do part E as your last in-class problem.
What? What about the exit ticket?
Wait, yeah.
We're not there yet.
What?
No,
What
we're
is
doing
this
in-class
bullshit
still.
to us?
Nope, I'm doing exit ticket.
Don't do that.
Do it.
Nope,
Not yet.
Nope, right here.
Alright, do part E. This one's a little tougher. There's more in there.
I mean, it starts with an E, so it must be exit.
Hey, hey, Goki, come check this out. I want to know if this is right.
Oh.
I'll check it for you.
I look right.
I'll check it for you.
Why the hell is you?
Oh,
Yeah.
I see how it is. It's 4b to the third over 8 to the third.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, okay.
Alright,
I know somebody.
If you just like subscribe to this to my channel, you can get
How do I do this?
No.
you can get entered into my free
Okay, you can even play Pokemon.
Oh,
for
cool.
my 10 subscribers special. I'm going to give a free giveaway.
Shut up.
Oh my!
No.
Give me a hint. What's the start with?
I just
Alright, I'm done, Goki.
Okay, Andrew.
What?
I'm done with everything.
9.
It's a spoof movie.
This is a big number.
We put a whole bunch of together.
Scary movie?
Alright.
Oh no.
Let's
You gotta
go
get
over
this
it. Let's go over it. This one, it's a little sneaky. Not super sneaky, but a little sneaky.
Shut up, Ira.
So, as we go over this one, quadri. When I put my X's together, what do I get?
You got this. You know it. I said.
I get X to the 0, right?
You actually have to
Lucas.
put that?
Hey, Lucas. What's anything to the 0 power?
Man, why you kill my
Is
brother?
it 1 or?
Oh, let's see what Lucas says. I know, because you're talking when I'm up here.
Oh,
Making me real salty.
it's 1.
Alright, hold on.
All these flavors don't keep you
Hey, what you want?
What's X to the 0? Or anything to the 0 power?
1?
1, right? So I have X to the 0. That is really a 1. So I'm going to have a 1. And then let's keep going through. Tyler, I'm going to have Y to the what power?
Which one?
Well,
-6.
Party.
Wait, is
Negative
it E,
6.
right?
It's not negative 6.
Oh my
Mine
bad.
negative 4, but.
Y to the what?
Did you see trading?
Oh,
Yeah.
This is a Z7.
Okay, yeah, we have Z7. That wasn't what I asked, but I'll take it.
Oh, look.
C7.
Yes.
Alright,
you
Lily,
oh
we have
my-
Y to the what power?
Oh.
4.
Y to the positive 4. Because that's
You didn't
Y
finish
to
it.
the negative 1 minus negative 5. What's minus negative really?
Positive.
Plus positive. That's really negative 1 plus 5, which is 4.
If I was your freshman year, I would have passed out in class.
I'm learning so much. Oh, I know it.
Wait, what?
That was like.
I'm learning you
I
some
don't
real
know.
good math.
If I was
Oh, 'cause I
here.
was thinking about like, what I've been doing here if I was here my freshman year. I was remembering everything my freshman year, not math class. I remembered not math class. I passed out. Like from holding my breath too long.
That's weird, man. You should probably not do that.
Like because like my friends, they were trying to make a face shake and the face shake. I was doing it and then it stopped and like.
Do it.
That's weird, man. That's real weird. Alright, we got one more slide of notes, then we're done. So shush for this last slide. We got like 2 minutes.
My teacher's like, get off the ground. Why are you playing around? I was like, I just passed out. And she didn't even believe me.
That's real
I
weird,
was
man.
here. I was here.
Hey, hush, we're almost done. Quiet.
God,
2
you don't
minutes.
care.
And then move some seats around.
Lucas, you're all twitching just on the ground.
Just
All right.
No one thinks
So,
it's kicking you.
I am going to find the simplified form of z to the 4 over 5. And then I've got this 3 outside my parentheses right here.
Oh!
Roy, what do I do when I got stuff in parentheses like this with my exponents?
Multiply.
Multiply.
No, please tell me.
We're doing it right
Is
now,
that
Sid. Sid, I'll tell you soon.
Oh.
We're going to multiply all of our exponents together. But when I multiply my exponents, I'm going to multiply everything on the top and on the bottom.
Okay.
So this 3 is going to go right there, and it's going to go down there.
Should have done it
Yeah,
right.
Z to
So
the
I'm
12.
going to have z to the 4 times 3 over 5 to the 1 times 3.
Oh my god.
Z to the 4 times 3 is z to the 12. 5 to the 3 is 5 to the 1 times 3 is just 5 to the 3rd, which is 125.
Really, Goki?
And then, is there anything else I can do to simplify this?
Shut up, Amber.
Nope. So I'm done.
Wow.
All right. So this one right here, we're gonna multiply exponents everywhere, right?
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna have x to the 1 times 2, which is x to the 2, over x to the 3 times 2, which is x to the 6. But am I done on this one?
Yes.
Nope.
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 Because what's x squared over x to the 6?
Don't know, don't care.
You should care.
For what?
It's 4.
It is. So,
It's
I have
1.
x on top, x on bottom,
All
right?
of the
So I'm
above.
going to subtract
1/2.
x to the 2 minus 6,
4.
Negative
which is negative 4.
4.
But I got one last step, because what do I got to do to get rid of the negative?
Jesus.
Put on the
Flip
bottom.
it.
Put.
Bottom.
Yes, 1 over x4.
You,
Wow.
Alright, we're done.
your attitude affects our attitude.
At least we're
Yeah.
asking questions and conversating so it figures
Can we just get a homework, Goki? Just make me salty.
Yeah.
First day
Just
of
play
class,
around this
you're
game.
Everyone's so hungry
First day of class.
already.
Kill him.
Alright, fine. We'll skip this one and go to our exit ticket. Alright, your exit ticket is on the board. I will put your homework on Google Classroom.
Is that right?
Oh, just because if I simplify, I'm good.
Already did it.
That's all I wanted to know, dog.
Alright, your exit ticket's on the board. I will turn on Socrative in just a second to do it. And then this will be a Google Classroom in just a minute.
So it's gonna be negative.
Okay, Goki. Finished.